Hello, my name's Melissa. It's nice to meet you. You can have a seat right here.
Thanks, my name's Joe. How are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
Well, I'm not doing so well. Lately my anxiety has been more than I can handle, and I really need someone to talk to about it.
Well, before we begin today, I'm going to explain HIPAA to you. HIPAA is a law designed to provide privacy standards to protect patients' medical records and other health information. I cannot disclose anything that we talk about today without your consent. And with that being said, I am required to report self-harm or harm to others to my supervisor. So where would you like to start?
Well, my anxiety has been doing very bad the last couple of days.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? What kind of situations have you been in that your anxiety seems to be high?
Well, lately my son has been acting out and not acting like his normal self, and it's got me concerned.
Okay, so you're worried about how your son's been acting. Is there anything else?
Well, lately I've been trying to find a new job, and it just doesn't seem to be happening no matter how hard I try. It's very frustrating, and I need to find a job soon to support my family, or we'll die.
So not having a job must make you feel like you can't contribute to the family.
Yes, it makes me feel unvalued and not able to make anyone happy. Because I feel like my wife is constantly consuming about money. And that's the only thing that can comfort her. Because she has bad anxiety too. So we're a perfect match.
So your whole relationship would consist of anxiety then?
Yes, it's a big old ball of anxiety. It's very frustrating for both of us.
Are there anything that you do to relieve your stress or anxiety, or the things that you enjoy?
Yes, on occasion I'll smoke a cigarette to relieve my stress. But lately I've been doing it more, and I'm afraid that if I keep having this anxiety, I'll start to form other habits to try to calm myself.
So the goal for you would to not have this anxiety and to maybe find healthy ways to cope with it?
Yes, I've tried finding healthy ways to relieve stress, like exercising or different hobbies, but I just don't seem interested in a lot of things. And exercising is enjoyable, but I just don't have the time for it every day.
So you get kind of frustrated that you don't have time to do things that you enjoy to relieve your anxiety.
Yes, and that makes me more anxious to know that. And it all seems to build every day.
You must have a lot of weight on your shoulders.
I do. I find it very hard to talk to people, which stresses me out because I know that I have lost out on many adventures in my life because of my anxiety, not being able to start a conversation with someone.
So what are some things that you are thinking about doing to relieve the anxiety? Some new things.
Well, I do like golf, but that takes a lot of money to play, so I know that's not a very good option. But there are many other things that I like to do, but I live in the city, where I can't express myself in doing these things.
So it seems like that you're having some anxiety because you are having problem finding a job. If you did have a job, you'd be able to afford the activities that would help relieve your anxiety, and that would also help your wife's anxiety because she seems to be very concerned about your money.
Yes. But finding a job right now is so difficult. I just don't know what to do. It feels like everywhere I turn, doors just keep getting slammed in my face.
Have you talked to your wife about how you feel?
No, I feel like she doesn't care how I feel. That only her intentions are important. And that she belittles everything that I like or want to do because everything revolves around her.
And that makes you upset?
Yes, that makes me fairly upset. I feel like it's too hard to live in a relationship like that, and it's not something that I want to continue doing for the rest of my life, because I want to be happy.
And happiness is your main goal.
Yes, happiness is my main goal.
So have you been trying to do any positive things to help with the stress between you and your wife? Have you guys thought about going to counseling together?
No, I don't feel like marriage counseling would do anything. She's a pretty thick wall, and she's always stubborn in her ways. But I don't feel like the problem lies mostly in our anxiety. It's just the fact that we are both unhappy with how our lives are right now.
So you don't think that the problems between you and your wife is necessarily with your relationship, it's just that you're both unhappy with life in general?
No, I feel like our problems are all anxiety.
So how do you think I would be able to help you?
Well, I would hope you'd be able to help me to not have anxiety every day and to help me work through it. And I was thinking about maybe going on some medication to help suppress my anxiety further than what counseling can do.
So you're willing to try some medication and keep coming to counseling to help with your anxiety?
Yes, I'd be willing to do that. I know it's the best thing for my mental health, because if I can't be mentally healthy, then I can't be happy.
Mental health is very important. So overall, you're being full of all these different emotions, somewhat upset with your wife because you feel that she only cares about money. You have a lot of anxiety because it's been hard for you to find a job. Your son hasn't been acting like himself lately. Is there anything that I missed?
No, that's pretty much most of it. But there are other small things in my life that cause anxiety too. But just the overall consensus that I'm not happy, and that's because of my anxiety. Because I feel without my anxiety, that I would have had a better hand in life, been able to take more opportunities.
So what values do you have? What would make you happy in life?
The only thing I'm really concerned about being happy in life is I just want my own house and land off in the country where nobody's going to bother me. Because I know that my anxiety would dramatically be decreased by not having to deal with so many people.
That's great that you have future goals and that you know what you want out of life.
Yeah, I feel that way too. But it's just so frustrating trying to get to your end goals when you don't see the next step that you should take to reach them. I feel like the next step that I should probably take is finishing school. I know that will relieve a lot of stress off of me to become one step closer to reaching my goal. But I know there are many other things that I will have to do on the way.
Does that make you feel overwhelmed?
Not all the time. Most of the time it just makes me feel like I'm not overwhelmed, just hurried. And it's very hard to come up with like a long-term plan when you don't know where you are today or the first steps to get reaching then the plan. Also, I find it very difficult because my wife always wants to fight me tooth and nail about what I want to make me happy. But I know that I can't compromise on anything because otherwise I'm not going to be happy.
So at this time, you're having a lot of anxiety. Your son's actions are concerning you. The relationship with your wife is concerning you. But you do have some really great life goals that you have set for yourself, and you're in the middle of completing school. You want to own a house. There are positive things coming your way down the road.
Boy, I sure hope so. It would be nice to have the things in my life fall together.
Well, I'm very glad that you came in to see me today. I'm very eager to hear more about how we can work on your anxiety and everything going on in your home life. And hopefully we can set up some steps for you so that you can get to where you want to be in life. So you don't have to feel so overwhelmed and unhappy.
Thank you. I very much hope this helps coming to counseling and maybe future medications. I'm not really sure how my life will turn out, but I know I just can't keep going down the road that I am.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today. We can continue this next week, and I hope to hear some more positive things from you.
Alright, sounds good. Thanks for listening to me. Hope you have a great day.
You as well.